Yamama Trasio, na Yamama ha. Yefri neat 100.9 FM so. Ene se ye ba manaswe. Na ene ye juada. Eye kotodima busumi na yewomi. Nida etoso aduonu 9. Afi MP no aduonu ebaako. Na mame se mema nti dwumadi ade bremu abo donk ama apawo miti edu enkron. Ai Monday, May 24, 2021. Just about gone 19 minutes past 1. Na me manti jumedie, mia jumedie midi wonchi ami efreme ADAKABRI Mahmudu Osioma. Co-character watimenim amansan chiame Staff Sergeant Kwabena Mafo. Na jese wahunu se bibia ekoso kama ansa na production so de ehye panyin kwadwo damiabo ne nan ehye nase a wototo bibia kama ansa na jese ye de aseda so asan de ama frema abankro abna frema ono so na technical production no ehye nsa na me wapase majali osei ajiman han majali ono so obo achire a jese wo hwe de ekoso na engineering group achu agbo ai ana hwania worker but yakwa na jare na nabuaje na ada sankroma nso de emra ne se sempro na fe yasa de aseda so e de ama facilities group omo nso so no big solo dada Godfrey dodo na friend Ubrana DJ Bosco Mapuna na fe aye mails nso de ya sare mrane se tetai na ohun se bibia ekoso sama ya brobro so no ubetimi a WhatsApp yan on 05060000909 05060000909 na yehunu ba bia de fufu ebeko akobo Kabine
offer
wahunu di ayeme
offer asemi de eye nwanwa pa o se me hu se de eye ya eno wo tu bus ya konso obi ehu
nti de wo mu ane se me bus ba ko ayira bus ne number AW 995519 AW
and your bus monokura
I just under 2.5 years AW 995519 red bus Hyundai Universe so nti si ade wa be hunu bus ne ba bia wo bia kyede wo ho de ya kyede kese de ma homachi be se no 9 fa na mate se wasi afri bus no eko no plan station na we ni be 30 minutes 45 minutes kwa san baaye na bus isi station honom VIP ase ni abetu bus no ko nti wadawroma ni brisam rusifo ye hwehwemu na announcement free say unia obehunu bus AW 995519 AW 995519 esramwa
AW
995519 aye bus ye Hyundai Universe bus red one yakwakoria ya wi adunia bia betimi after edinkra na beja 0244252016 0244252016 new plan police for ene wo mo nsem a o ma refer dia ma o district office e wo Kanishing inti Kanishing police district office na asem no wo nemum o mo ayinya edia to police systems so de nearest police station bia AW 995519 AW 995519 etiunia any information leading to the arrest and recovery of the vehicle no achede attachire ya achede kasa papa kwabna swati any information
obia obetumi aboa
to the
obia wo ho asem bi kura betumi ama yehunu bebi abas ne se no
I recover bus no
na yakwa akofa no
Na tikwabra asema yate hono.
Oh ofa yebehu. Erade adom. Aha. Yehu basin. Aha. Yeah.
Okay.
Yehu ba yebehu. Yebehu friend me. Because yebehu entumi mba se bus kakraka enti se na kwabena na watam bus no ase wo de bus no agane. Enya possible. Oh. Enya possible say wo betumi atam bus kakranka enti se wo de agane. Oh. 995519 995519 yeah mes ma yan kantre aposifo
I can chat aposifo ne kan
yan kantre aposifo because antumi mba say ubetu bus within short time kakraka say it metu bus ko ehin na odefa because VIP
right Dana Asamoah evangelist ana otene no na wahunu say ensem no se nyame de wohira na Abraham enu a wote eye oba pagine magreto say na obetena peace 104.3 FM anwumre eye de no wotwe no ade ko nyina na wohwe enkyerɛkyerɛ a wode baaye na oka Abraham ne Sarah ɛho nsɛm na wotie de Dana Asamoah kan a na tumi sɛ Mary say nyame ahyira no papa wotumi sɛ Pentecost ni ba yesa na no ate ne nkyerɛkyerɛ so adam papa edi kwasiada onam de ne twa kwan di flasante de bankran di kwasiada bi a kyerɛ sɛ gese meteta no no betena se a na afem so matena se masi kwam na gese me de ato na adam Hello FM na Hello FM de me ba ya beduru nkɔkɔ na me de tu aye afedi oye ya nsa ye madam Mary say nyame nhyira papa na wo hwɛ eye nhyira nsɛm so a wɔka kyerɛ adwumayɛfo a ɛwɔ Peace FM de a gese eye Pentecost oba panyine Mary say nyame na ehyira no owi ansa na kwa me chromatic kese so ba ya ejenyegie ye begie se oba timi ye sofo ana oba ntimi nye sofo maami so nkyerɛkyerɛ nyina ya asofudie na maami wa bedie asɛm nie kabine
awafa
na no memene da ɛwɔ ɛyɛ adwoso ɛyɛ adwoso my secondary school a wode kɔ abankuro ɛhɔ ɛna kyerɛ sɛ yakwa kosi dankɛseɛ
adwoso
wodi free uduru dwoso na de ofa nifa so adwoso my secondary school now they kɔ abankuro no a dankɛseɛ ne si wonom ɛna ɛyɛ Mrs Victoria Chirematen wone ne mamma a ɛyɛ na sɛ Chirematen Alankwadwo Chirematen ɛyɛ ɛja Dr. Chirematen ɛna kyerɛ sɛ wo baba susu tuamu ɛne ne nsewonom ɛne ne nananom nana nkanso na 101
wo mu ko celebrate Alan ne maame wanya mfrinti a waha ne baako na tese oni TV mam mfie no abemben ho papa na nse chief mam nkuta poma yes
mama 2 years ago yes okuta poma sa no poma no san de ato
yes no omo ye namfofo nso pa wow
wadaroma nyame hyirawa na wahyirawo na just nhyira papa na mama just otimi so recognize obia ADAKABRI baba frimpong baba na just otimi say bakai
na just awurade ahyira maame
de anika pa ne say maame ene ne mamma miensan na busuani kakra me ben ho atitebruti nti mema nan na maame ti wo na na futu a odi tu ne mamma no a etwa amasom no wunya nanka wo maame bi sa time na chesenka otimi kasa nkuransensem ne bi in fact me dade yatie nsem o wow na yi maame 101 kasa wieye ene ma ye musuo ene ko ogu akuro afrane okese dwoso manhene na ogu akuro soso ye we do ogu akuro ntimi nko na de no free Germany na chesafe ogu akuro soso ye didi ye ho nkoma na fe wo fa ne ba Say just so hine so ne ba ne eye alankodwo kirematene. And ode ne ba koko wura piem. Na nsem bi o kan ye no.
O kan nsem.
O kan nsem o. Na hwan dudu say ne timi nya bisa.
Dabi.
Say wo maame wakonnom nufu ante say na maame akan enhyira nsem sei. Na pe ye ma ye mu so ekokochia eye wa papa ogu akura afra ne okese dwoso manhene. Ena dwoso manhene so nsem a wo kan ye de o kan no kokoa mu o. Ye ogu akuro. Kobi enya bi sei. Wase kwabena mba no. Kwabena me bai de odamakoma so. Na nsem a dwoso manhene kan ye no. Onyankuru pon twi ndiampo ena be mena bam. Na kwabena twoto.
Oh, na se me nim se etire wo ho a yense kotodjeche.
Oh sir.
Etire wo ho a yense kotodjeche.
Kwabena
ofa.
Enti twiro. Ene date ni ye May 24. Eye kotonim abosom ne date so aduonu 9. Afimpini aduonu baako. Say 5 punches. Na me hwehwe wo mo betimi a che me 5 punches na abrante ne be unleash.
Okay.
5 punches. 5 punches no. Woni utimi twam me ensakra me che wade. O che say 5 punches pepe no awie bibia. Punches makum enum. Punches makum enum 5 punches be. E me ne da no eye da pon papa. And no trodo.
Oh, wafa. Dia nyame asira no wasira.
No trodo.
Dia nyame asira no wasira no. Sande me ka se tire wo ho a wote wo de tebe se kotodwa. Anya yiye wo bebre. Wo bebre. Na wo kokora nipa hu a ebehwe wo din ya bisa se akwedi na ye no. Akwedi na ye no. Yeah. Enti etire wo ho no mu a yense kotodwa. Ena mi ankasa bia emfantifo no wobu obe wase kwesi ada no pa wanyi mbogu ase memi nda nwumiri na na ehu
na anyen
adibi wo ho no mu anka wo nha wo ho wo nha sabi enkofo opiempia yodium ko ubetumi me yesi nipa de wo so ho hwe ansa wo so wo to hwe ansa no wa mene adobaba Sadi ya ya jeje wo betumi amene efe si uyemu a onko a na ode waja nan bedi up and down enti wo sha wo to ansa wo be mena wa mene
na kabra
over
me be voice bia mwati
over me tio
na ya hwe se Ghanaian leader ben eno betumi akasa sa
me tio
tanyi ko da me na esa voice no yentie kwamra friend bra enti panyine wada roma sa voice yi na kwabne sasa Ghanaian leader ben eno betimi akasa sei obia choice leader afrizo betimi akasa sei no
ma yentie
and now de WhatsApp here on 050 600 0909 say Ghanaian leader ben ena ubetimi akasa sei nti utimi eja na de WhatsApp say yes Ghanaian leader ebetimi akasa sei enti me bebo amakwabe na watie na fe no wa ubetimi akasa leader way ena ubetimi akasa sei no na waye this is the voice of the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson masha therefore na de bremie enti yentie eye Boris Johnson yemu say ho say Ghanaian leader ben ena susu obetimi akasa sei.
Because there's one point we politicians need to remember. It is that the people are our bosses.
So, I did a question. Okay, British Prime Minister. And now all country a year British for no. Say what the job is. So, my job. I said, this is my job. And on one job specification, or they took a year on my name. It ain't Boris Johnson. A British Prime Minister.
My job is to serve you, the people. Because there's one point we politicians need to remember. It is that the people are our bosses. My job is to make your streets safer. I'm going to go in with another 20,000 police on the streets, and we start recruiting forthwith. My job is to make sure you don't have to wait 3 weeks to see your GP. And we start work this week with 20 new hospital upgrades and ensuring that the money for the NHS really does get to the front line. My job is to protect you or your parents or grandparents from the fear of having to sell your home to pay for the costs of care. And so I am announcing now on the steps of Downing Street that we will fix the crisis in social care once and for all with a clear plan we have prepared to give every older person the dignity and security they deserve. My job is to make sure your kids get a superb education wherever they are in the country, and that's why we have already announced that we're going to level up per pupil funding in primary and secondary schools. And that is the work that begins immediately behind that black door. And though I am today building a great team of men and women, I will take personal responsibility for the change I want to see. Never mind the backstop, the buck stops here.
Right, and the British Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, to Kwabna, me sa boni biom, na to obuase, na fa ko akankasem fa man. Say na British Prime Minister or prescribe adwuma ye to abama no oba abaye. So hunu na yebusa say unia Ghanaian leader ben ana obetimi akasa say 050 600 0909 050 600 0909. Tikwabna tie aye British Prime Minister adwuma wase ye to abama no so omra meye ana wo kire mu yin.
My job is to serve you, the people, because there is one point we politicians need to remember. It is that the people are our bosses. My job is to make your streets safer. I'm going to go in with another 20,000 police on the streets, and we start recruiting forthwith. My job is to make sure you don't have to wait 3 weeks to see your GP. And we start work this week with 20 new hospital upgrades and ensuring that the money for the NHS really does get to the front line. My job is to protect you or your parents or grandparents from the fear of having to sell your home to pay for the costs of care. And so I am announcing now on the steps of Downing Street that we will fix the crisis in social care once and for all with a clear plan we have prepared to give every older person the dignity and security they deserve. My job is to make sure your kids get a superb education wherever they are in the country, and that's why we have already announced that we're going to level up per pupil funding in primary and secondary schools. And that is the work that begins immediately behind that black door. And though I am today building a great team of men and women, I will take personal responsibility for the change I want to see. Never mind the backstop, the buck stops here.
Right, Kwabra,
Over.
the British Prime Minister, no. And now all prescribe the job responsibilities, the job. And work, Kwabra, that's it.
Where the person who be nyasem. Adia no mom na they said the brofono to aso no. Na em fem papa. Em fem papa no kwade. Okay, yeah.
Say,
me say, aha, I can brofo na. What you obenya abotra kan de menya abotra che. Da bi where they what did Ricardo do. And I meant I'm
okay.
Aha, what's it say?
It will cut a juma or baby.
Aha, I don't know what's my duty.
My job.
My job is say obesum wo mu.
I see a dear bakwa amanyo for yen kayen say. Womu to abama no. Womu ye womu kwa.
Yes.
Iti womu to abana ye the boss. Into under no bebe swimming. Into ono na juma ne say. NHS and say 3 weeks no as a lie. Say wo call akohu GP. Enunti nesu. Womu ehwe ama GP for no. Ye the funding at the National Health Insurance. Ama na ko frontline workers no ho na omatimi aye adwuma de asom right? And na juma susu biem and say obema street so aye safer. Nti one day was share ne e Downing Street ho offer 20,000 policemen. It recruitment ne share ne na wakasa ya say omo behwe no mababa ye adwuma. Na juma susu ebiem and say social care womu be fix sa crisis aba ense say wo maame wo papa wo nana obeton ni fie say wo de kwa akohwe no ho eno nti sa de no so obeye na dwuma no so de say akwada bia so wo Britain no so no obenya school akọ na won so atim di abo ne bra enti per people per funding no o increase no say akwada bia ska wo say so no so ami ade hwe ni school no o increase no na nkwada no yatimi ahwe wo mo amomatimi akọ school na nnesu ogina ho a wo kasai no offer a man mema a great team our no mo ba be adwuma as wo ka kire say obe take personal responsibility so obi antimi anya na adwuma na never mind where the back stops na the back stops right here enti baby a wo gina no or no and the back stops with him as the British Prime Minister and Frank Bibia Nkosua na so ani bia so say na we ya anya adwuma or no and we say sin so me say tie bia mo kwabena so betia what's saying
my job is to serve you, the people, because there is one point we politicians need to remember. It is that the people are our bosses. My job is to make your streets safer. I'm going to go in with another 20,000 police on the streets, and we start recruiting forthwith. My job is to make sure you don't have to wait 3 weeks to see your GP. And we start work this week with 20 new hospital upgrades and ensuring that the money for the NHS really does get to the front line. My job is to protect you or your parents or grandparents from the fear of having to sell your home to pay for the costs of care. And so I am announcing now on the steps of Downing Street that we will fix the crisis in social care once and for all with a clear plan we have prepared to give every older person the dignity and security they deserve. My job is to make sure your kids get a superb education wherever they are in the country, and that's why we have already announced that we're going to level up per pupil funding in primary and secondary schools. And that is the work that begins immediately behind that black door. And though I am today building a great team of men and women, I will take personal responsibility for the change I want to see. Never mind the backstop, the buck stops here.
Kabra
Over. Wakasa.
na we Boris Johnson say obey mayor of London. Na obey mayor of London no akwa we dwumo dia bedi omo ohwe ya ma even sakre nkumankuma bi kura be baaye na sakre ni board ne sen sakre akese no ta sakre no utime bobɔ sa na hyewa moto mu nti obobɔ na hyewa moto mu a usuru ba bi usi kwan mu a twi na watwi sakre no ana de akotrin station udi train station utime bobɔ hyewa moto no akotena train mu na de kɔ opeso so atime lock no ono so na san de sakre ba ya udi discussion man watwi sakre no a ukoduru ba bi fofora no wasan ayi na de Boris Johnson and so dimu ababe prime minister saka say ya walking ntu free say easy pa say and they African leader ben kura na betimi akasa sa and Ghanaian leader ben betimi akasa sa
ye leaders ne yesum wo mu
no mo na som ye
ye ne yesum wo mu yesum ye leaders no anya omu na som ye nti sa wo kasa kura na wan hwe ya aban saka
yankenka messages kakra na ba ya so be kind newspapers kakra na fe so no guest reviewer no watwero article me kind brofo na dia ba akanka semu ansa na guest reviewer no so aba enti ene de ebi wo papa saka salia ene ninua enso so ebeba betenase na yetimi adidwuma no wasi good afternoon ADAKABRI. The voice is like our leader JJ Rawlings. Buachi na wono wo kasa or say Papa J, combination of Nanado and Papa J ena womo kasa no Elvis East Legon ena odi free ebaye or say hi good afternoon. Anybody can give such a sweet speech, but as in the action and implementation, it is the problem nobody can give such speech. Erika Santi usu ena odi we say everybody or say ADAKABRI US president also there also the man no ebetie na and also aka say speeches there or good afternoon ADAKABRI. It's only Dr. Baumia and ebetimi akasa sa Father Sir Bob or say from Sir Bob Ashaman Babra ne dia na yosre
there be the mistress or say Dr. Mohammed Baumia and ebetimi akasa
and na the J Brahma oh yeah your friend is saying wanti J Brahma yakoche biography for J Brahma
Dr. Baumia they said there Boris Johnson walking said the woman kanyina na womu tumi diswa nya the woman kanyina ye because ye nim say bebre bi wo wa womu kan ya womu antumi anniso wo se enko na wo yonko
sa
bebre wo wa
asema ne de da ho musori na MPP na dankwa na mudwa ye ho Northern People's Party Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia akokasa ewo J Brahma so hunu a first politician of the Northern extraction obedi aban post be commissioner na ye na Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia say omuhia ya to Northern People's Party no ne papa Muhammadu Bawumia na nke de ne kwa akoye de ben chairman amena dikan so ye beka se mamprusifu na gia boso dodo enti se wo de yemfama Simon Domo it let us say Muhammadu Bawumia na just watch Simon Domo kra o ene je say it say twafa Simon Bawumia ho ne de ma Domo afen so na yiri wahene kase ono so na shenso de ye osono it ye not yes say new patriotic party mu na mo sense of entitlement bia mo boa eye wosono no na yiri de ba ye mamprusifu no ene nei eye new patriotic party what na moto amuka so no ni entitlement bia wa kirem
enti wado osono no baaye no
enti je say eye mampurugu asase so ne kofa wosono symbol ne de baaye
na ne wade party no so baaye akoto baafu akoto
so
ono so de
baafu akoto de NLM ne baaye wan fa MPP ne baaye enna wo kire say Northern People's Party na ye MPP enna Northern People's Party to nipa nsia na ye ne J Brahma Simon Domo Jatokalo enna wo kire say ono ne papa Muhammadu mumu ni Bawumia ene yeso ma ye chairman na nkom na de sa party ne baaye ene yeso mamproduce for ne do osododo no mu di free mamproduce di free na lerigu gambaga e de koboku a che to mo do osonti esa na said mamproduce for na dominate nti e de saade a mama Simon Domo emra so hono ene che se de Simon Domo ne ye de baaye enti ne wono wo kire se MPP no osono no susu free mamproduce asase so ade na nti owura kwa no tum enti mutu wanam so da na dankwa Domo buzia debi Domo Bawumia ansana yukura dankwa ba ate na mutu wanam gogwa na me
ne dankwa buzia Domo tradition no anya de dankwa
dankwa debi tese wo se Bawumia Domo dankwa ansana buzia ba if se buzia kura no oba parliament Ghana Congress Party no when chipe and omu win ya
anti akwaya for
teacher say
Bawumia
nyame nko a the only living being who can give such a strong speech here in Ghana is ADAKABRI from MANSO. In Africa, Paul Kagame, president of Rwanda. If I remember, you talk strongly to politicians and their bootlickers on this same program, which I really enjoy. I wish you and your crew the best of the day. Peter Nunga and Odifria Wade Ebaye. Was it good afternoon? Was it the voice is likened to ex-president Atamils? Oh, Asumdrehin and Kupon kind maybe will be Allah. The job of a Ghanaian leader is to the job of a Ghanaian leader is to intimidate the people and lord over them.
Yes.
Davis, and what yes, it didn't say the Was it good afternoon? I'm Nana Mwako. I'm listening to your program on Todoko Official Town. The only leader who can speak like this, Boris Johnson, is the late Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And also the Abano.
Yeah.
Also the Tiawa pet, or say President Kufuado pet, and a bit Makasa say, unia uni of our president Libyan Mojai. I say senior is my brother president will sack majority of the MMDCs. I say Noah the Bernard from Achima Pidja and what they buy, you know. Or say JJ Rollins nibit me akasasa. And Abraham Muskani talented from his home. Or say good afternoon, ADAKABRI. White man with white brain, black man with black sense. ADAKABRI, I don't think any Ghanaian leader can talk this way, the way Johnson has really spoken. So I didn't be minka.
Said the Omo, I was some and reflect to her.
Sir, 1951, Kwame Nkrumah can say, Ghana and Yako de Bia Baby will be a Caribbean Sobiano, also in your school echo. Yana, Boris Johnson, Yan and Walkers as me. And yeah, Ghana from Kwame
to me, yeah.
Kwame Nkrumah, yeah, you know. And now what do Obiako school? What do Obiako school? Health service here was hacking. And you don't go for. And as my health service, Yetimi Kobi.
Okay.
School idea, Yana and another society Mia Kobi. But thoughtfulness, the way I also cast them on. So, police if we John Kofu bar for. And you know, Coco for Peugeot, every defense in Nigeria, eba ye say a process from Rame Yejume. So, now, what can youth employment agency, the then local government minister, Kojoban Redu, a quite fast or ultimately a secure Sikai, the best Ejuma way. But Saka say you're walking, Obi Betimia Kabisa, Ewaha.
Now, also, initially, Midinka can say a hano, and you woman assume Yanni assume.
Me intend to
My job is to serve you, the people, because there is one point we politicians need to remember. It is that the people are our bosses. My job is to make your streets safer. I'm going to go in with another 20,000 police on the streets, and we start recruiting forthwith. My job is to make sure you don't have to wait 3 weeks to see your GP. And we start work this week with 20 new hospital upgrades and ensuring that the money for the NHS really does get to the front line. My job is to protect you or your parents or grandparents from the fear of having to sell your home to pay for the costs of care. And so I am announcing now on the steps of Downing Street that we will fix the crisis in social care once and for all with a clear plan we have prepared to give every older person the dignity and security they deserve. My job is to make sure your kids get a superb education wherever they are in the country, and that's why we have already announced that we're going to level up per pupil funding in primary and secondary schools. And that is the work that begins immediately behind that black door. And though I am today building a great team of men and women, I will take personal responsibility for the change I want to see. Never mind the backstop, the buck stops here.
I didn't do. Nakanayo. Aye. Akanayo. Kamna?
I know Nana Mekan. Say, or see uncle now, yonko.
Oh, sound.
Yeah.
Or see uncle.
I know
yonko. Oh, Cabin, I was what can be you. Or see uncle. I know your young.
Say, what do I not done where I been well? Boss uncle of Washan Krum hanging on here, say a tata woman.
Say, Masha, no.
And can't go for I bet you a more Krumu I see a bin.
And I be my crime on my.
And I met Tressa Yanni, Yens, or a new woman assuming Yanni assume into a year baby I want to make. Yanni a pe. I want to make.
Ananya.
Yanni a pe. Now why wouldn't you no more crab you ama? Yanni a pe.
And I used to come so.
Sir, and some trade to me. Or if I know and yes, sir, a common I used to. A being so greedy and brave for a cacrebia and son any. Enti or fumben kumu fumun and I will nip be on so naturally. Umuska none home was sorry. deɛ wom deɛ nim nyinaa wɔbɛka ne nyinaa wɔbɛtumi aka ne fie nsɛm nyinaa baabi a 500 Ghana de bɛma ne nti yɛwɔ nipa bi saa wɔn wɔdi ewu kura a wɔni mmani obeyi sika no agya nipa nti yɛmpa yɛsuro kɔm ɛna sika ne bere sika ne bere nso aka ho
kan paper no ma yɛn na afei no bra bɛkenkan ɛyɛ guest review ano ne nsɛm a ɔno nso so no wakukyire di aba
yo abusuafoɔ tam deɛ mede ahyɛ aseɛ ɛyɛ demokrata yɛfrɛ ne sɛ daily dispatch na wɔde abɛnim hɔ ɛna wɔka sɛ maame saa yɛse ɛyɛ the late Kwasiga na yere ɛno no
Auntie Gertrude
Kwasiga yɛse no ho dwo sɛ wɔyɛ nipa wɔyɛ nukuredifoɔ paa sɛdeɛ na ne kunu suban teɛ saa pɛpɛpɛpɛ ɛna maame no nso ne suban teɛ na 18th May hɔ no ɛna demokrata ne nyinaa ba simultaneously egum bebree ɛna ɛbaa sɛ Gertrude Kwasiga sack yasak ne nti adeɛ no kɔ viral paa ɛna yɛsi na wɔkunafoɔ paa ne yɛyɛ ne sei ɛna nkakra nti ɛno na yɛ 18th no a nti 20th ɛna maame Sarah Asafo Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection ɛsan twerɛ krataa bio Miss Adwo Asafo ɛtwerɛ krataa san de baabi o sɛ krataa baako na
Miss no yɛ MS
MS
da wonso oba no wonim so okuna na woni kuna wo yɛ no MS
anti wo ma yɛ no
wonim so oni kunu de ano yɛ no MISS Miss okunu so de ano yɛ no Mrs ɛgye sɛ ni kunu ni din ba dia
na menim sɛ Miss yɛ obi a wɔkyerɛ ade o
MISS ɛyɛ Miss wɔkyerɛ ade
to be frank na menim sɛ Miss ɛyɛ oba a wɔkyerɛ ade
so ɔtwerɛ no a ɔnyɛ sure ni kunu ni din no yɛ no MS
okay
so no na mo onim ni kunu ni din dia na kyerɛ sɛ yɛ Mrs na ɔde oba no ne bɛrima ne din no ɛde aba
ɔfa adesua wɔ yɛ a ɔde ama yɛ nei ɛyɛ first time wa mete nti menim sɛ obi a wɔkyerɛ adeɛ bi ayɛ Miss madam bi ayɛ Miss not knowing sɛ ɛyɛ deɛ wonim sɛ ɔnware yɛ ɛna deɛ wonim sɛ waware ana wɔnware yɛ ɛno yɛ Miss
ɛno yɛ MS
MS ɛna deɛ wonim sɛ waware deɛ na wode ne Mrs no ɛde ama enti Mrs Gertrude Kwasiga CEO Ghana School Feeding Program Accra withdrawal of termination appointment and wasan atwerɛ baabi o sɛ wei deɛ krataa a wɔkyerɛ de baayɛ ɛyɛ ɔso wɔn nko ani decision my decision so wɔba withdraw maame no efiri ne dibere so no wasan de n'adeɛ ɛde ama no wɔse ɛyɛ krataa mu mfomsoɔ yɛfrɛ ne sɛ administrative error no bi nti wɔpata wɔn mfa nkyɛn no Honorable Sarah Adwo Asafo wɔyɛ mmarahyɛbadwani minister for gender and children social protection ɛwɔ ha ɛna Professor Michael Ronokwe ɛna wɔkata nsɛmtwerɛfoɔ sɛ sɛdeɛ ɛyɛ no obi ka asɛm pɛ na yafa te sɛdeɛ bɛboa yɛ ne yankase yɛ ne yɛde nam na yɛgya asɛm no nyinaa de ato baabi ne yafa kakra bi ne yɛde nam no wɔkyerɛ sɛ n'ani ngye ho na wɔkɔyɛ interview ɛwɔ Ɔkyeman TV abranteɛ kora a wɔ interview ne yɛ Raymond Kuma ɛbrɛ a wɔ interview no wɔbobɔ nneɛma bi so obisa ne nipa a obetumi ayɛ possible flag bearer ɛna wɔte so alantrɛmanten betumi ayɛ possible flag bearer ɛna wɔn mpo katrɛ abranteɛ no sɛ alantrɛmanten is an excellent material. I will continue to say sir in a contest the trade minister today or a global authority international trade
odin chiremu ne ba yo
what
can asema wie
yeah
na waka wie ye no obi nim de apusu no ene o be chiremu say yakotu no out of contest
yes
enti nchiremu no de ba no
de mekani de na mekani ena nipa kro no kwate ya no de wono kan say enipa ebetumi edi no alantremante possible and we be son on what them say yes or excellent material and
global trade icon.
Yes, yeah. Global trade trade minister, global authority, international trade, business and investment. We are not granted to me headquarters. Emma Africa Trade Organization at Diaba. Enti one what demonstration and what dia koto asenso kan and one the Dr. Mohamed Bawumia Basse Dr. Mohamed Bawumia so yade economic management team one no dano and wo share economy no so a de nipa betumi aya and wo guso a wo ye no na no so no wo bobɔ normal plate wo adenta no so wo guso egeta
nsem na wudi no atia
da bi wo fa se ebra wo mkola anti GPS no digital address system wo mo di bi bobɔ adenta no so one Dr. Mohamed Bawumia na leadership example one
Mr. Digital
one ejina ho no the farm dan no ho omo
practical
omo bobo adenta no bobo me so omo
na abranche bi pen Benjamin Akowia won ne pa
ofa me
I won Benjamin Akowia
sa ne no kra da me so so
catch you say ensem hunu na wo twero no wonyai
ofa yes ya wo se bekum abo so na untu mirika okusie so nkobu ne
sa
na yes sa niema we na ebetumi ye ne azenka eduma ye jaye aniema bi wo ho no afa kwaku baako Malik kwaku baako o se excavators no a wo mo sese no on support. Does it make kwaku baako say onye credible? Men so me say I don't support it. Who be some 100 times? Me count down 100 times to say I don't support it. And me ya mimi decision. Enti sa won so pe na wo de wo support. Say yansi excavators ya. So be it. Enti omu say mami yansi excavators no. Omu ni adwene so mbetre omu adwene. Ofa da bi say yasi wo she dwaye na wo dware na obi be yi wontuma. Wontu America nkodi nachi. Who be some 100 times. Make the same as some 100 times. Na some wouldn't me that say, me knew be a ye pushy me say, Obenkum Kunimfa. But dear me did no. I want me dinner upa etamiti. Me can be on a branch and what to say. Excavators no a soldier for no of a hecate them for. One question about the mining site no any forest, a ninsu. One question about wasa kwa kwasi ni mienu meme nda wasa kwa kwasi dan yesi ada dan no etu galamse
e die pa no why
bisa brantie no say e die nko na kejemfu aye en me ka say ade no a wo mu ye no enye yenye nipa sa ye se wotan ye die ewu a yenkum mani nipa sabre ya ofade a omudi ye ni nyina ati no odaso ye MPP oye to
on resign
David oye to omo ye David of obeda resign
want me resign
of how because
otiko I want me to resign
of this a witchrim of what we say
no on resign the position na ontimi enyina brane
because who are you obi a wo of a party ni dana kuma so say what say who can excuse me to say bia who can bibi mpo wo pepem na etia MPP anase etia pani bi MPP mu a kati befrew of a say yakwashi excavators Sunday yasa kwashi no ebio Monday Saturday sonya of awukọ ne mining site wa me makọ ya ne nsam trefo akọ wuturu ho no mu a makọ on premium da bia Kate mining site no wo no ebe te se ufiri ha enante akọtesa no police station wo emensuo emen forest enipa ekọ ye nyina obia eye speechless wakwasi excavators no ade atinya wasa abeshi bulldozer no a entu galamse ni bi ni generator no makọ meminda wasa akwahye edan no a omasisiasi wonom no a wofa eye wo mu office no asa akwahye no abu security fu a wo nyina enti adai Kate adai mu ye ofasa time o mu si no kwasi ada no na owoto o mu ye vetin wankasa di o mu sa akwahye no Monday oye to wankasa Saturday ya o mu sa akwahye ni owo Cape Coast omu vete omu a omu pesu omu DDC no ehwa na ma no kra boaboa omu ano ekọ ne nche kosu ye no and still odaso ye na adwuma na ye di ewu a ye kumani enti ayade ayi
eti company no ejina brane ena kijamfu ase we nipa no so gina brane
of a company no
kijamfu ano ono san ye member of a political party
onya member o Oya National Women Organizer.
I said primarily no your member and then ya elevate to a play
Oya National Women Organizer.
And a bigger responsibility.
Yes.
But primarily no or a member.
Offer
Inti said ni pano. Then ne party na awo abano.
Yeah.
And abano policy. Na so utie die jinapo ekaye. Utie the defense minister Nitiwu kaye kana kai kwa me siafem
anka wo be resign
also to me resign
anka wo be resign fi party no
because say wo kọ na nka akwa kubusa dambotwe kubusa kwa Japan tama Nitiwu ye de bank na ya wo be dwon party we pa ene so no to etimi ka bi kire kejamfu a ya no wo mani etimi ka me so resign the position na onyina brane no se o bi ka won ka
ya nipa sa enti bone benko na kejamfu ade ayam wa ya den ade ben ti ye di ewu ayekum mani wo be kọ ho no mining a companies ya etwa ne ho asia no ofa obi aye na djuma ena kejemfu onya galamse oye large scale mining na djuma no main suo na djuma no main forest da bia woye na djuma no nso other companies be main no a omu nyina ye omadjuma enti why na saade we won say asamu a enye de no aya na mementa mfa nkwa ahemfie enti wo beka say ebi akwabena pekasa but ade ayade ye nipa no it's not fair, it's not nice
on resign the position now on kana se mentie
of all bad resign
na wonni na no mema ne mu aye
party ni woni modem ote wonu mu yi of won say ebi nipa ni bi wo ho a we so addicted to the party ni say won ewura ni modem hwe party ba pa we Kate Jemfu onya minister wonya contract ne babia ni abamu ne babia nkuta post sadia nkofo esoa wo mu ma emu wo mu post left right center eti ne mawura mu bebrebe woni bi wono ne dia woye efri 2006 eye mining a obi anim se kejemfu a eye mining ewa atiwa west ho eno an obi anim ono nso na djuma no nani je ho eno opeso wo ye na djuma na aban no nipa no a wotu oye na djuma no oni nsuo ho ono nso a on forest na wutumi hwe nyame yanim edi nipa boni sei excavator baako $350,000 enti satanim pa aya $3.5 million.
I say how many excavators are manufactured here in this country and they are burning them. So who actually takes decisions in this country? Burning excavators in a developing country like Ghana?
Yeah.
And you see, yes, we are a big jagun and Muramuana.
Now, if I want to quotam,
Abra,
of a one air commaswaba. What did the end of Bemaswesi?
No, but a bass beer, Quinyan Quenchia, my resolve issue, Nevina, a priest if one crown by and so. Honest Namrame Fabas and Influena. Our what Timuna, our woman need to be cool about. Yes, a bath. Priest what then crab I say, our washer there no more. Our bass in Mutiama Papa. It is excavators here, yes, she never knew me. And dear Becquatinum
of a winning my dear be. At the back, one may who Krum Hannah say, yes, you got to say. abua si unua so a katra ne se onsori yeso wan we say ye di ye Kate Jemfu ano MPP communicators ni nyina ko radio so na eduru Kate asam so pe obi an comment na obi ayedin obi an kasa so far omu a ekasa pa ye NDC fu a omu kura hunu say maame no they are not being fair to her omu mpona omu kasa odi atan si atikuro yi mu na enumu wa baabi ene ya start UT Bank ne Capital Bank me kasa ya ni afre na kwabra dai ana bank wura ba ku bi frɛ me ene o se me call no o se kwabra you know the government is cleaning the system so you know the financial sector is choked so allow them to do that we all support it and I'm see yo me da se me call and 2 weeks no afre me say eduru no so and I'm say yeah the government is still cleaning the system
where you
me kwato no say o da hospital na okasa kura enye yie na me bompa yo mitiri say say me ene enka won ja kwan kura no nko because ye di ye wo bi no na mo nyina makama no atum and MPP no amu wo de atan wodo a ebeba ye di frikati Jemfu aso a ebekwa nipa foforo so
sa
ofa wo de atan
na nipa be consume kan kiro
ofa
yeah
ebekwa obi so wo de atan
oye bema
ebekwa obi so
oye bema
mo ebekwa obi so
na oye bema
ofa ebetumi
ana na wote kabna
ofa
ayi ne ba
I say media de bia me ka say ye di ewu a yenkum meni ye di ewu a yenkum nipa no oye Ghana ni ahiya no wotena adentina yetumi didi operation hotufo yi start galamsey fight ya di besi nne yeso mu nko nsuo so nko de ensi nsuo mu kra matumi akwase no still nsuo nani ayefi still area Peace FM news de nsuo ne tia na tia minin enkofo da so sem a wo mu tu China fo ni bi da so won nsuo so ankofo ya dansefo se China fo ni bi etu sika kokko no won nsuo na wankasa wa de hia ya Ghana fo no wodi adu prenam wiem na wo tutu oguo mu so na bi tonsuom na bi wu na wo sutu ada ayawo na excavator ni atu bomb ato so na blast na nipa ni dane heta scatter
na excavator no say aren
afuomu dane heta scatters omu ebu
heta scatters pa
I wa fanya de mediano
I love that
nipa ni dane heta adai boni be no mu aye ye declare de yin wed nipa wafu ye huhu ni yankeka no sa approach ni de abrante no onsantie bi no nkotoro nto me say enya nipa sa wa de se
excavator no ye ma assembly bia ba kon betimi de bibi
ofa nioma omu betumi de excavators no aye no kwaku ba ko me si da bia metie no wo Peace FM even kura sankofo kakra osandi message bress se fa kan se enya mra kwan so yenya ne saa enti wofa yesi excavators ni wi a enipa no excavators ni yon ye de wo mu be fa mra kwan so ana yesi driver ni license yawu enti wo mu tika wo mu de nya accident enti esese ye kunkum adrover fo nyina ukwa brebrɛw enipa no a eye galamsey wo ho no community fo na anim wo mu emrante amadawroma eyanka se ade amoye ne yempe ensuo no na mo se no aban etu ho anamo yepamotew munyae mumfri nsuo no ho mo de mo mesen kwa ha yebema mu baabi na makwa akotu yesre mo efri sa abrede ko se mo kura mo hu se obi abansuo no so a mo moya mane na yemetu nipa kro so sa na wayi wo mafiri wo another site na ukona woni wo makokasa nipa ye huhu ni yankeka no enti wo patre se sa sojafo yi ombekɔso asisi excavators atututu bombo agunkofo so akosi dabai. It's not nice. Meka abrantie no me so wan san ko
Does it have to be nice?
But well, sometimes life is not fair. Say ayi Kate Jemfu ayi ebra ayi campaign one bridge one damunti yatwa manana 2020 yatwa manana
Pasco me mo nyum ma
of aboma me
obesa
2020 yatwa manana 2020 yatwa manana na odimbi na odesa but na wonim da se aketua wo no nso obenyani no wonim da se etamu kamo ase na baba
ache se wo panyum di asapa Pasco Abrante
one village wonder
one village wonder
onumpo okano one village wonder munti yatoa manana 2020
it is Kwabra, why ready?
Over my
Why ready? Kwabra, mamintie.
Boy, yeah, boy. 2020, 4 more for Nana. 2020, 4 more for Nana. 2020, Mama man 100% for vote. 2020, 4 more for Nana. 2020, Central Region 4C.
What's Central Region 4C? Say Pasco Abrante na what you mean? Kwabra?
Over.
Na the see there. Answer na be ma muso no.
Over.
Guest review ano.
Good.
Wachro a piece. Now also to whom it may concern.
To whom
it may concern. In say
offer kitu mfanse kitu bi ansa na e wo de to whom
it may concern
no e de aba ayi of ayi wada wurma wo yesi yedo ye ho a ye ni akini mesre ye mema desre de e na me de ema omu betumi etie no asopem omu penso a omu betumi de ato nchen mesre same ewuku ono na ye national organizer ema MPP mesre Dombuadu ono na ye general secretary ema MPP ena mesre na nabi Henry Nanabuachi to ya omu konyina nso omu ne Kate Jemfu a enenam de ekoso nyina nso omu aso ate omu ani ehunu Dombuadu Same Ewuku na nabi se moka hu bibi na ebeye yi a madawroma adesrede monso monfa manuntumbi na maame no ensan koye n'adwuma na nneɛma a yɛase no ɛyɛ ya eduru baabi a na
kwabra wonyi ne susu sɛ ebetumi ya akwanya bi susu me de atua judgment debt e de amaka ejemfu a
but oye n'adwuma no won kan so pe judgment debt there be
anya na Ghana ban de Ghana ban e de oka ɛyɛ nea obetua enti ano na afi akoba so o aban no kura kon fa so a ode hye
ofa kakra bi a wonya bia no nani so ne dia a wopa ne se obekoso
na waye na duma
na wampe enti Same Dombuadu na nabi moni ni nyina
omo na ye mrante a yes da wo mani mu
yes
omo na da che ebesi omo na so
ko edam ntem madawroma monso monfa manuntum bi na monka ntre mpanimfo kro no a wo mu ye me Honorable Dominic Nitiwu na abuginapo
I don't know what did you provoke me some catch or something person can be
oh afa na no former
was it a ginapo ne wan
Honorable abuginapo
na wan
Dominic Nitiwu na nam ai me boss bi se me mehia no na
ya na politicians na ya no mutimi kokofa nipa bi omo ba ebe mo mu post bo
minhia no na menje kakra chop money na memfanto gare ne esitire nkofie enti mitina akra mo ho na me chen no ena me hu se former minister bi ekura wono ane ne yama free
sraw oba
more ni inside
oba
kra no mpo o tem wakwa no aka no ba no wagina ntan ka no ba no
osro wo
ai enti mitina wa na me ka no mitim say wow such is life. There is time for everything. And akwana nyumo no emra sisa or be start here I say there is time for everything. Na o say abrabo asese ne set away oh what can bibi o say so be careful how you treat others. Ebra ya what time no and the time will come ebi anu omo nso be fro top. And nature dear said ye na de no nipa bia ntumi nya no hwe enti mesra mo John Same na nabi mumfa manu ntumbi na eka wo nanti a na aka wo to wadawroma na wo fa abrante no a wayere no ho twetwe nsama sama ne bi wo aka ho be se onkoso anu ntwere approach no a ye dey fight gadam say no me kwaku baako the same thing oka ye woni pa bebre a wo nso nka en support a omunya akwanya metna radio so wo be pushi me kwabena da dabi
waye guest review ano
ofa yanko
na ugusu tie nit 100.9 FM na guest review an tie
ofa wasisa yanko obi the message about
and you have one what do you I say oh my god, oh my gosh, ADAKABRI, good afternoon. I'm now completely totally neat for now because by God's grace you are on air. One thing I've realized is that we don't have to kill ourselves to be a political party, most especially MPP. they know themselves. And I'm praying that we all go to opposition again and see what will happen again. I'm Masolusu from Asante Achima Francia, and now lives at McCarthy Hill.
When Yashia Mawasia, Nipa ye, women organize a bra party no grandma bemuno, now a sacrifice it. A sacrifice ya my party about bemu. Na media sank was radia for attitude in Toby. Media metihana me meduma. But a dear noa yet I am into mintna, Ubonsama homemade because yana a radia dumwa, yenya quenya, ye bet to me a can be. Media dear nanado aye. Say yen to galam say I see every insurance. What? I support it because insurance essay and in Kofu asem come what was say. Ya nya careful a time will come. Ya bakwa kokra nsuo e de framano ne e de aba. Enti ya kwan different
na kokra nsuo de bakra de ya say den kwa ye bi o. Ya bakwa akwaje bosia. Na bosia ne yem fasika man yo. Ya de nsuo na bebre yen say bosia 5 billion e kwaje ye no. Ya de bre nsuo.
Enti but approach no ana honorable Dominic Nitiwu ana abujinapo abukra de yeso na we the youngest
abujinapo so ya sunani
we yeso na we youngest let us say we for we di by 40
abujinapo de se kuma
obedu 40 o
kuma bi
nti let us ye nyina ya bembe hono mo ana Dominic Nitiwu say a time will come
just a Dominic
party mu MPP party papa Kufuor kan se mitrem o se kwabena party no ntumi mfa nse ukotokuo mu
osa
e be hihye wo be mu apostle wo be una wo de beto no nya kamafo
afetie
metie
na wo na de be kan kasa nti o se to whom it may concern whom it may concern as
nipa bia e be fa no ho
or say the toxic mixture of abronye disease, incompetence, and disrespect for traditional authorities.
Abronye subaya ordan wedi enianso eni adibu a wommu ya ordan wedi adetre na nanoma yemfo a of womu wo
eyebuno
ewa buno
and leaders of the MPP-led Bono region to lose five seats out of the 11 seats.
Any MPP mpenimfo a womu wo ebono wonom a ne suban nti seat eduba ako a ekuta womu no womu lusu emunum.
Also, the objective of this part one write-up will look at 3 thematic areas associated with the problems Abronye DC, the Bono regional chairman, and the then MPs created, which led to our defeat.
Na sa krate ya metre die di kan no. Part 1. Me pesa me dan niam bi edi na de kire mo sedi Abronye suban ene party mpenimfo ni bi abesen ko suban bone omu dan no edi nti ede wo haw ede bre party no.
1. Regional party organizations and regional campaign team will be highlighted.
Party no region ne de no organization ene wo mu campaign no ena me pesa me ka ho asem.
2. German South and Banda will be briefly discussed to know the true picture why we lost or could not capture the seats.
German South and Banda wonom nso meka bibi kakra de atre senti wonom nso yentumi anyi nkonya no.
To begin,
me shas ye no.
Bono region has 12 constituencies.
Bono region ewo nkonya no nko a edu mienu 12 constituencies.
Before 2016, Honorable Kwaku Asumachireme, the then regional chairman for Bono Ahafo region, bequeathed 11 parliamentary seats out of the 12 seats to Abronye DC, and only Bana constituency was the outstanding with the difference of 506 votes between Ahmed Ibrahim and Joe Dankwa.
Asumachireme abreso abra no ye mantem no so afo no. Otumi ye yama seat no kra no omu di ni nyina ma ndisi nyamienu pe
ndisi nya ba ko pe
eye
Ahmed Ibrahim
wo
Bana and okra no lead Joe Dankwa by 506 seats votes.
And to Afana seat in 16.
Na 12.
12.
And
we win 11. And a car back.
Okay. A year present day, a year Bono region walking.
A year one no see Ahmed Ibrahim.
Okay. Before I come to give you interesting analysis as to why we could not win Bana constituency with figures, let me tell you what happened at the Bono Regional Secretariat of the New Patriotic Party before 2020 elections.
Ansa na meba senti a yentumi anyi seat no wo Bana ho no. Ma menka asem bia esiye wo Bono wo mu office ebra wo mu ye campaign no.
There are 17 regional executives headed by Abronya DC.
17 regional executives Abronya na oda wo mu ano.
And because of his bad, inexperienced governance, total disrespect, and his usual insults, divided the executives into two factions.
Na sa executives no anu oda wo manim no. Enam se ono ankasa ni nim de wa amanyosem no na esa. Ena adapeta, eni mpuota, eni atemdidi ahoma so ani ahantan ti. Ede enchemu ba executives no mu.
Faction A, 10 executives out of 17.
Ofa na edikan, emuche nipedu ekogina nchen, ena enson su kogina nchen.
1. Regional Chairman Abronya DC or Faction A.
Regional Chairman Abronya no, na one faction edikan no nanam A no.
2nd Vice Chairman Doris Asuma.
Doris Asuma nso ene faction
There also Faction A na Faction A. Faction A no crofo na ebube 10.
Faction A no ye Abronya.
Doris Asuma, 2nd Vice.
Doris Asuma.
Regional Secretary Kofi Boateng.
Regional Secretary Kofi Boateng.
Treasurer Alhaji
Alibe.
Deputy Women Organizer Sister Grace.
Sister Grace no so wom.
Deputy Organizer Kofi Daakon.
Kofi Daakon so wom.
Deputy Youth Organizer ADAKABRI Mensa.
ADAKABRI Mensa so wo camp A ho.
Number 8 Nasara Coordinator.
Ono so oka ho.
Number 9 Financial Secretary Henry Opong.
Financial Secretary nso ka ho.
Number 10 Communication Officer Asaribedi Ako Steph.
Asaribedi Ako eka ho no mu yedu.
Into the faction A, the group A faction were supported by the following MPs.
Ena faction A ya na meka ho asem yi. Emra sebedafo yi no wo support wo mu.
Honorable Bafo Awu Asunyane West.
Bafo Awu support wo mu.
Honorable Yaw Afo German South.
Yaw Afo German South to support.
Honorable Siaka Stevens German North.
Siaka Stevens ono so support.
Kwakwadima Menu Doma Central.
Kwakwadima Menu otawo mu achi.
William Sabi former Doma East MP.
William Sabi nso tawo mu achi.
Kwakwadini Mbuating Brekum West.
Ejani Mbuating nso tawo mu achi.
Kwabnachum Nuyama Doctor Brekum East.
Ono nso ka ho.
Gabriel Osei Time.
Ono nso tawo mu achi.
Kwasi Amiya Chireme Sunyan East.
Kwasi Amiya Chireme ya yani akwasi Amiya Chireme. Ono nso ka ho bi.
Ballistic. Hey, leader Michiao. Faction B so na ebe. Regional Women Organizer Amam Ponsa and the leaders of faction no.
Faction B na wo mu ya nso no. Regional Women Organizer Amam Ponsa and the di wo manim.
Regional Deputy Secretary Asariba Afo.
Regional Deputy Secretary ono nso ta wo mu achi.
Regional Youth Organizer Abdul Razak Opong.
Regional Deputy Youth Organizer nso ta wo mu achi.
Rashid Golambigo, Regional Organizer.
Rashid enso eta wo mu achi no ono no ya Regional Organizer.
Regional Research Officer Adu Joseph.
Edu Joseph ya Research Officer ono nso kanso no ho.
And Deputy Nasara Coordinator Isa Trawole.
Deputy Nasara Coordinator ono nso eta wo mu achi bi.
Note.
Nasa no nso.
Faction B were only at the mercy of Honorable Halidu Ali Meiga, the former MP for Doma West.
Emra sebedani ba kope ena no ohunu se nipa yi mobo.
Fact.
Nokure niye.
Abronya and his squads created the impression to the party national leadership that Bono region was safe and peaceful, and we were going to maintain the 11 seats.
Abronye etu mfuturo di gumpenimfuo nim se oba abono wanom a bibia ye kama asomdwe wo ho enti seat no kura de eduba akono ombesa retain ni nyina.
Then, right up to 2020 elections, Abronya was organizing constituency delegates emergency meetings.
Eko 2020 election no Abronya organize meeting bi.
2 of such meetings were held at Brekum and some others in Sunyane.
A meeting no mienu ekoko so wo Brekum na bi nso ko so wo Sunyane.
The message from Abronya was that he has all the appointments in his pocket. And so if anyone misbehaves, including the MPs, he will disappoint that person.
Enti na ne message awade mu wo nyina ne se appointment ni nyina ya de amanu eseni kwotokuom. Enti obi biara wo beje hwe ekwan a wode wo befa so wo region wonom no this a wo pe ba bi kwate.
All MPs, MMDCs, and some party executives got scared and panicking, which of course was so sad to say the least.
Enam suma obia bohu enti obia kana nutum na obia ntumi nkasa.
Again, the National Party inaugurated 45-member campaign team, including MPs and 5 lawyers, resource persons, etc. on the 18th of August 2020.
Party ni ka nipa bi bomu ete committee bi.
From the date of inauguration of the regional campaign team, the team became whitewashed.
Ebra ya pa campaign ni huntuma wie ya pe ena nsunsu ade wonum koye.
White elephant and camouflage.
Womu tete wakwa, womu tese krama ya ubutu semina ho. Wohu ne wonfanye.
Sir, the campaign team never met to decide on anything to prosecute the agenda of the party. Neither there were any strategic or tactical or operational measures put in place for the 2012 for the 12-12 mantra, simply because Abronya DC had his own power structures.
Campaign team no kura ankosia sayamfa nneoma ngu akwam dabi. Obia nso ni sa tumi no ate so wono nko asanse wono de na wonim bibia kwan ombefa so omawini nyina no ne kura ne nsam.
Campaign monies were never accounted for by him, and particularly to the disadvantage of Fashion B.
Campaign sika sa ho akuntabuo te sai dabi.
About 85,000 cedis in 3 tranches, amounting to 255 Ghana cedis, which was meant for 2020 campaign team, cannot still be accounted for by Abronya DC.
Sika ya de ba ya se wo mu mfanya aduma e wo mpehia no so kura mpo di besi nne ehwo akuntabuo obi anim.
He distributed the campaign pickups, about 3 of them, to his boys, and wherever he went for constituency delegates meeting, he went in a convoy, disturbing people in the cities and towns, including commercial and private drivers, which angered the people on the streets and made the party very, very unattractive in the Bono region.
Campaign cars ya de mano, and what the miansa man mrantie. Enti Abronya ba people be a makwem one ebano, ya si Abronya. Womu tete nkofo man nkofo ni hani womu ni puto womu se ade akura na Abronya ye wokuro yimu yi. Eno na nam so bi ema nipa ni di abufuo to abeti aban no.
Other campaign resources like motorbikes are still under his custody.
Motorbikes ni bi da sugu na so ye.
As a party going into elections, Abronya and chairman was everywhere on the airways, physically abusing the respectable, identifiable groups in the region like
Ebra campaign koso no na Abronya ne chairman ti radio so and womo to nkofo ho pedi nkofo atem sa.
Number 1, Alhaji Abdul Omar Kadri, the Bono Ahafo regional chief imam, for allegedly engaging in corrupt activities with the then Bono Ahafo regional coordinating council.
Sa papa ya wafabo ni din wonu se de wanya no totoroto wodi biankasa wodi adapetani bi pa.
Nana Busuma Asorenkra the second, the paramount chief of Sunya Traditional Council, for allegedly receiving 1.5 million cedis as bribe for a parcel of land for the construction of NDC party office.
Nana nso dia no ono nso yamfa ne wante no se wakwakwadi ademudie ama asase se NDC fo mfa nkwasi office enti ono nso nya ne tefa.
Nananom of Drobu Traditional Council and referring to them as who are they to stop him from coming to Drobo if he did not apologize to them for insulting them.
Nananom a ɛwɔ Drobo enso ɛde kɔkɔbɔ baayɛ sɛ ɛnam ne suban a wɔda no wedi nti kura nko mu ma no kwan ɛma no ma hɔ nso.
Nananom at Bana Hinkro Traditional Council and referring to them as murderers.
Nananom a ɛwɔ Banda kura Hinkro deɛ wɔka kyerɛ wɔnom sɛ wɔn yɛ awudifoɔ murderers yo.
Disrespected the Regional Security Council, including the then regional minister.
Regional Security Council was Wobia or Mokesri, or Bowonum said,
The Electoral Commission Regional Secretariat was never spared by Abronye DC with its usual unsubstantiated allegations.
Electoral Commission officer now on Munsu, Omoya Omutotroto. Etese obia wo kuro no mu die wamfa obia ho anteno ya anope wie numre se wasi wonum so ani adape twa ne mpoatwa.
Some constituency chairmen, especially German South, Wenchi, Sunya East, Doma Central, Tyne, Bana, Brekum East were highly disrespected and disregarded by Abronye.
Constituency chairman ya wafabubo wonum din the same thing. Wasi wonum so ebuani anidi asafata womu no yamfa ama womu.
Then the growing problems in German South constituency.
Ane a problem siakasia na ekwaso wo German constituency wo.
Before 2020 elections,
ansa na 2020 abato no beduru so no.
Abronye DC and Yao Afo, the disappointed member of parliament, had already sold the safe seat of German South to the NDC.
Akonya ba akukura de German South wompo de no omadika kura ton akonya no de ama NDC fo kura dadada.
Abronye and Yao Afu used a local German radio based in the district capital belonging to Yao Afu at Drobo and maligned, insulted the Drobo Traditional Council and party faithfuls.
Well, you saw radio no eye emrasebe denine diano. Despite
the regional minister, Honorable Evelyn Amakumi Richards's intervention to calm nerves, the continued insults and the radio propaganda against the Traditional Council by the DOE infuriated some MPP youth to form Skirt and Blouse Association against the MPP.
Na mame regional minister Krade Akumi Richardson ebe musenku obetumi akasa ma asumdi aba enso stella temdidie no kwaso ama ekuoma ne bi kura akote association a wo mu frɛ wo mu Skirt and Blouse Association of Ghana wo mu to aba editia wonum.
Now check the German South parliamentary results as against the presidential results.
Check German South emrasebe ja konya no the result ne tie na sa check president de no.
President Akufo-Addo MPP garnered 29,429, representing 62.97%.
Mampeni Nana Danko Akufo-Addo enya 29,000.
And John Dramani Mahama, representing the NDC, garnered 16,337.
John Mahama enya 16,000. Nthimuno esu.
The difference between the MPP candidate and the NDC candidate was 13,092.
Now
the parliamentary results. Okufu Williams, NDC, 24,422.
And so Abano Mrasebe Janua, NDC Ninia 24,000.
Yao Afo MPP 22,519.
MPP Ninia 22,000. Let us a baby crown to Abba.
Difference between from the above analysis, about 13,092 people voted Skirt and Blouse as against Yao Afo as a result of the ineptitude of Abronye and Yao Afo.
Ebinomutuma mampeni na nado danko Akufo-Addo. Nanso mrasebe janini die womutu ditiano omutuma NDC nino.
Before the elections, Yao Afo could openly tell the Skirt and Blouse people to vote skirt and trousers or jaribia if they so wish to do so.
Ansa na batu onu bedru so no emrasebe janinu kura katra nkofo ro matiko no se omu pa omu nto skirt and trousers ana wo mo pomo to skirt and tarabia the ompeso mo to be a woman to skirt and jeans ya emfa no ho.
Abronye and Yaafo disrespected the majority of the constituency executives completely during the campaign, on all campaign resources were channeled to Yaafo, the candidate without the best knowledge of other constituency executives.
And Niama assessor constituency executives in Yinano, and co wonum ntai, a tenor comra sebetenin one in nim diakra batuomono, a shakra.
But for the intervention of Kwekwa Sumatreme, who gave the party executives the German South constituency 4 motorbikes, 700 pieces of t-shirts, 25 bags of salt, and other logistics.
Asumatreme adawruma, ena oye bibi kakra edema wumu.
And then Evelyn Amakumi Richardson also contributed 5,000 cash of money, 200 pieces of t-shirts, 1,000 ballots, sample materials, 3 motorbikes. Through the effort of the former MCE and supply of other logistics, it would have been much more terrible.
Sankanya sankofo ya dawajo enkade ebesie no omu entumi.
Abronye DC and Bana issues.
Abronye ene Banda issues there.
Interestingly, with the little effort and the enthusiasm, we could have won the Bana seat easily, but for the incompetence and growing disrespect by Abronye DC as chairman for the good people of Bana, we lost the seat.
Enam enianso nti ena akonya no free wonum nsa.
Abronye, in about 2 weeks to the election, insulted the paramount chiefs of Bana Hinkro and referred to the entire indigenous people, who are about 3,000 at the Hinkro, as murderers.
Aka na wote eme yakwa akoto aba no. Udi etie adehye a wo Banda Hinkro krampo de wofre wonum se omu ya wudifo.
For that matter, no single MPP member, including the MPP constituency executives in Bana, could go to that enclave to campaign, and not even the MPP polling station executives living in Bana could muster the courage and campaign at Ahinkro.
Enam saade nti obi anya kukuduro ankoye campaign ewo ho.
Unfortunately, Joe Dankwa also has his own long-standing traditional problems with the people of his own land, Bana Hinkro, which still remains unresolved.
Joe Dankwa nso wo problem wo ho ade besi nne na yen solve nwiye.
Abronye DC again, before the MPP primaries, had serious issues with the then candidate Joe Dankwa, but Joe Dankwa won the primaries.
Ansa na kura no ba bedru so no na problems ewo ho, but Joe Dankwa no femu edwini primaries no.
There were no proper reconciliation between the two, and Abronye never went to Bana to mobilize any serious campaign and left the constituency ajar.
NCSC bia ankoso ewo ho.
When the Bono Regional Minister, Honorable Evelyn Amakumi Richardson, attempted to resolve the impasse between the traditional councillor Bana Hinkro and Abronye, as well as the candidate Joe Dankwa, and extended an invitation to Nananom, and a date was set for resolution.
Regional Minister no kura sheda so wo mumbra ne yenyensiesi eda no kura duru so.
Abronye and Joe Dankwa stopped the minister, and this was what Joe Dankwa said to the Honorable Regional Minister, and I quote, I have seen this itinerary, though I have not been informed. I think Bana program is a disaster for MPP in Bana. We have worked so hard and victory is being felt. The momentum should be maintained. Nothing should be done to disturb our victory. Please and please revise the Bana program. Thanks.
Sa adresie no amwasisi yankwankwa prasumdie no. Muntwam ya ne kura ya de nioma toto akwan mu ankunimdie franka ne ehim ya mpesa mu beye bibia ebetoto ase.
Joe Dankwa, also in the heat to the election, had trivial issues with some of his own constituency executives, and there was a sharp division among them.
Joe Dankwa nso ewo ne programs ya hodo a na edi ntitemu aba wadame mame nsuo.
And also come. Na mame nsuo bibi. A lot of campaign materials were hoarded, amounting to lack of transparency and coordination.
Campaign materials bebre andru baby asasa ekro.
And now look at the 2020 results.
2020 result.
President Akufo-Addo 8,332.
Mampeni Akufo-Addo 8,000.
John Mahama 7,881.
John Mahama 7,000.
Difference 451 in favor of the MPP.
451.
Parliamentary results. Ahmed Ibrahim, 8,277.
8,000. Ahmed Ibrahim.
Joe Dankwa, 8,195.
Joe Dankwa, 8,000.
Difference 82 in favor of the NDC.
82 pen.
From the above analysis, President Akufo-Addo led Mahama by 451 valid votes. Whereas
151 pet and what the chain.
And then whereas Ahmed Ibrahim led Joe Dankwa by only 82 valid votes.
Joe Dankwa vote 82 pet.
But for the gross disrespect by Abronye as against the traditional council and the disregarded attitude to the constituency party, as well as the lack of unity between Joe Dankwa and the regional party leadership, especially Abronye and the constituency executives, the MPP could have easily won the Banasi this time round. Well, yeah. Abronye DC. Maswa Mahama Yamuaha.
Wafa.
Now, what is saying? Na Maswa na edia na ba as a party secret and what you to dwaya as a guest reviewer oba be clarify no ba amplify.
Let that say. ADAKABRI. Me fa papa nyan so da atia wati kuna ene wahefo aya say wo Facebook. Na me da so.
Enti asema watwirotwire eya no kre se wo no watwirotwire we.
Eya no kre. So sa asem we a enam samamu. Metia Nene asem eya fro. Na ni imagine na ni de ewo asem mu no.
And then the pusu ma utintim sa answering.
Yanka bishim Yakoto Abba. Yatu Abba Egi. Abana Yato no question anything. Honorable Yanadi. Yanadi Bakoba. The part to look at opposition. The honorable the Kamu and the part to look at opposition. The same Nanka Yapasenka. I bring it or yet time I know. I mean, sir, we are very experienced in politics. That's what by you saying. I was saying it's not just yes, yeah. I'm more than no Anthony Uncle Kai. At the end and the back. Now at the end and a year a differ and a year from. That's a very yes. Now, free diet too about every year, everything and me in the water. I bring us a real. I say, good reason. And Kubuna and Bayano. I am Kubi and a poet get them black. And the same. And Kubu and Bay. The big MDC media. The people are a former party executive and a young. The sisters are some of the car, you know. May Sudan be out. Then they see a weapon, and they start and ask them not at here. I was a second be babon to me. No, of us, a parent, to be a good 7 years, also Larry, the way you do. The empty and you not even finish that. And yeah, a brand or data party 24 brand and young for 2 abano. And you have 2 about a year. This is the Okano. And in the press. The better side is happening. And they will here. They now can say 8 years, and Ghana for the Gardenia won't say. By 8 years, part will by 8 years. Yeah, you you can say you break it at 8, you know. A good here say the Bema passing 24 Ghana for a who. And someone a brilliant upon telling. And yes, time is here. None of them every day. Okay. Who ready? I was who ready now. Some out of one thing. So the one who ready now, not one can want one. There were 12 constituencies. So I'm not a kind. Because I have 12 constituencies now. Not you for Christmas. Former Minister for Land and Natural Resources, and the then full of original chairman, Alcono, 11 seats in the Udigaye. Baco and a young to me, Anya. I know who mathematics and a material. You say, Naya, who didn't know anything. The Duba away and no. The Osibella or yo. Now, young maintain it 11 months. Bakunua, I can. Yet to me, a park with the back. But not different and so. They're 400 and something. I did a young guy to my day, and back on what they back on. I can say I have to work over 4. Now, that's me. I didn't communicate here. Now, yeah, of one. At the end, if it's me, I got a political party. Now, yeah, to me, I'm maintaining 11, no. Bakunua, I cannot. Not just to me, about the count. That's what I mean. And I'm only below that I was very strategic. The blood them, a dome to perfect. I didn't know who you are. The real, the tactical strategy, no. Why soon ever pass so the Babontina, the best to be, and yet why not I maintain 11, no. But the actual, I did the operational strategy. Get to be up with that. These strategies, I believe that open it is honorable for first master remove. I'm okay, so only a lot. Get to me a beam within the capital. Now, the picture, and it says, a campaign and a year for you today. That campaign, a casa and a year for casa. I will say a casa who acts. I am very, 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 very important because a casa. And I was saying, you cook actually Nippon about the Tupano at your money. Not yet, you know, I am disciplined. I will hear you have to be very disciplined as a party. And so now what to be a Okuno, a party. There doesn't be a unity of the party. Whatever, they got a political party, they want a saying now. I say political party is a group of organized people who have common aim and objective in order to win political power to rule. The organization decides everything. Therefore, no air for the idea, you know, 7 years of the group. They won't come on and who are actually more. They won't own a year. The thing more ODD party. I took that. Yes, to put your mouth everywhere. You didn't count anything. Over. So say here for Abacho. Abacho na here for. And come for a woman. Let me just take away Kabuni. Never, but I like my mother. I'm not regular chief imam. What Pulu have already. Not yet, auditors report 1 to 1. I've already said. Look back, Alaji, Umar Abdulkadir. Auditor general report, internal audit report, I said. Wakoto go, creative Akuma 145, 1 million. So if you get a party chairman, another party leadership, bring that youth organizer, any other person. So who to I am piercing, knowing very well, sir. Regional chief imam of the Pulu have original on Yajuma our regional coordinating council. The burden now audit report to that, you know. Oh, they were in auditing, they were expectation gap in audit. Expectation gap, no, explain now and say, what an ordinary person perceives an audit to be. Here's a professional for just here. Now, who one billion extra, they were audit one. So the trust after all, they were more of your kind, so I'm just a here. Only one can tell you the end with that, you know. Everything or ever, the one that put jacket, and will be in the year way. I said, the one go, 1.5 million. I believe, say, regional chief imam, a press conference. And I can't say, I'm going to DC, I wouldn't be here. The same I can't come for our region. That's somewhere I bring a can, and no echo any deep part in them our bolo region. So they're going forward. There doesn't you know I bring you papa to what? I got to make the back the 200 after 300. So, Ben come for every trivia, and that's a winner with like Cassiano, or the brain come for. We not to one got me. I thought, and you will still need to wait any hear you. Lemon pie was a patch of come for and no any yay. This time, I'm going to carry over a courier to the backbone of the party in the region. There doesn't be no. There are more banda. Banda include about the only banda constituency near Other banda. There were probably banda cabrodo, banda sabie, banda fossier.
And it's a so bedroom and your class were do sabie and San Marco Banana crew. The only paramount. I want banda. I have banda. The only paramount. I have banda. And so far, it's still constituency more. Not a political. Young, I work in the city. And a party now and a few room. I was a pet. But what regional chairman to conclude and presume that Banda acting crop at him at Ramconia. And when you power won't a with you for 1 week to the election. About 1 week to the election. Because there are issues that are kind of between area candidates and then Bada in group. It's a fact. There's to be a campaign. The man said, also, they are afraid to go. What going on? They are prime minister. Candidates are willing to be not only no and no, Papa. Then to Papa, they are 2 and more after 7 years. Who just say, after our radio stations, you go. And I walk on the step. But that constituency, I think, go for it. I want to put it for. I jina ye kakra fa my Maxwell. Aha jina ye my. Maxwell. Oh. Maxwell, me ntie kakra. Yabasa. Maxwell mama. Saka salia. Na wutie wunu ya de.
Me tie no papa.
Na de na esi.
Well, Media man who say we know party be a say Saudi way, but not in the escalated form and in the manner we mu no. But I'm sure say party be a person on win election be no. Or cut through some of these phases because once I want winning no, dear, it means there's a problem. The problem be any how because minim says sa ahafo. I think say ahafo. And abono. Bono. Sa region no ye nyina nim say ye MPP one of ye regions I say yen win. If we are unable to win the way a year penalty by all means, it means that there's a problem. But problem no, I don't want a situation now. Yeah, because say problem no nipa ba konti. Because nipa ba ko. Why couldn't they have come out with nyama way or mokano? Ebia at a forum ka ebetima address. And even as at now cry no ka meaning say there's a forum cry ebetima address other than just shouting around. I think there is
okay, you consider say Mama is shouting around.
Oh yeah, I mean because that is because this is the first time I'm hearing it. And this should have been the best forum for me to hear it. Tell us here. There are Omubetima reporter, my president. Now there's the general secretary, the party chairman, even the region crack, Omubetima meeting as na omo assess the Newman anko yenti and a young man winning elections. So what you see. And if by the end of the day, scientifically, na omo analyze it. Now, Obia Kadiese Onka would have come to a conclusion, but say Obini nya dream, and Obisi 1 year accountant, one account party sika about 85,000 more. I don't know whether the forum for accountability no, and whether or not you try my general secretary say what is the way abre and some particular party penny for be a discovery and abronya ankasa decided say or no misappropriate sikano. There was another thing I'm say no muye on the boys no muye the deal crum. I mean political party there during election say obi the there me sure say I had the bonnet me boy. Say all the cars, my boys. Now, Omudi did your market, and I see Omude didn't now crofo be bufu ye. I mean, say a party there, say, ya hang party ne paraphernalia, our car, move speakers, loudspeakers, now move bonum. During campaign time, the start there normal. I don't think say Obi will use that one against him. I'm not in all these things. When you say Abronya na may defend, at least mean say as a human being, no, or also problems. Obi ani wa obeka say only problem, and ono the one contributing in any way, especially a chairman. No, me 100% sure say no man na nkofo na ka no 1 or 2 bi be no kre, but my emfa ni nyina nsu nipa baako sei onunti na nyina lucy election. I don't think so. It is not scientific. I'm sure say if the table had turned on any one of them, yemfa say Abronya so decided say okay mefa nipa baako 1 na obia menka ne boni niema oye during the campaign. I think say you will only be talking about nipa no ne boni kwa, but he has positives. I don't think say nobody say Abronya need positive bia, and none of them has been able to highlight even one positive. So it tells you say it was just about negativity, but that for me, I think say every party be a surface, no. if they were Timmy winner, nobody will even talk about it. It's say football. Ball bonny cry. Now winner. People don't even talk about how badly you perform. Once a goal, no, it supersedes all other consideration. It is the same thing. No matter how good a leader is, no matter how strategic, once a nipa no, once a resource now in the way I penno, people, the tendency for people to now want to hang the leader, because bear in mind, say, Onize is the head that wears the crown. Only the leader, and then the tendency for people to turn the gun on him, and to even bring say a chief imam ni sanuamano and contribute. Oh my goodness. I think say let's get a better way of analyzing the loss than just pushing all the blame on one person and not dear. I don't, because yes I cried here. Obi Beka say masa umpe nipa nasem. But I thought say they could have given one or two, then they could have given his positives. They could have analyzed this one in scientific manner and then come to a conclusion. But then one say, oh, you're disrespectful, or the kasamunye, or disika, or you're incompetent. The boys here they did during elections, campaign financing, campaign casa, or the chiche, all those things. I think say, how come say Nipa Bakobe was to me say? And to the extent say Musu Maja to say you were quiet because now say or no to me na kitano. And the people who fear to even voice out during the elections. And then now they have their voices to talk.
Me Musa I was West Chairman NDC. Chairman Bismarck. Is it worth your comment?
Not really. Mechia na mechia ona wotie and enumerate. The other matters we can go ahead.
Yo, other matters continued destruction of equipment, excavators. As a voices of Mayan Seno, again ground. What are your thoughts?
Yo, mechia will be senior man. The issue of banning of excavators, the she excavators. Someone nipa bebre do one or two saying. ADAKABRI now say me jina efidie ya so e kan say mra na yedi adwuma e wo man yi. Ghana mra no a ya hye a yedi ku galamsey no. Idea was say ye di mra no so. ADAKABRI de oyo mra nim ni say metin a obetimi akorrect me. Mra no kire say ukotu obi say o ye galamsey bensuo hu 100 meters away a machine or the adwumanije your friend constitution jina be ya aban dia me pa cho say sa na mra no ti mra no be bia ni ho a ya chro say e was say o she machine no but ye was executive president na do danko Akufo-Addo onu no be ka say ye nda enne me ni jina sisi a o si mo bi ntu ni nan ya ye ntimi ntu ye nan it is an Addo ehwe say kon na onu ankasa de ni presidency to so no engugu aba wa call strategize ye kobiomu a e wo say mra na ye de kokon first one no say mra na ndi am wa yen a ADAKABRI wo say ye kohwe mra no ye sakrem especially mra ye chichi excavators ni bia abede di say party mba bi sanya ho kwan di koye galamsey ema no nso edinsem bebre aba no say Nana Danko Akufo-Addo eda sorry ye no o see soldiers nko because ono na commander in chief say wa manity wood kwan a ontimi mfa soldiers enkogu o say omo ku galamsey ena ye nua asenso buachi so ono ana say Jinapon nimre bia onube jinaso say a day or nitty wood because of the soldiers kwako. The amount for excavators, especially where the excavators are far away from our water bodies. But Nana Dodan Kwakufuado Nama or Musa Tume. And if we have somebody to be blamed, Minko blame nitty wood, honorable. Minko blame Yenya John. The Bayani say Nana Dodan Kwakufuado, and ye be blame no. Then I make say, or Kase yenda da. Near started say da. There was an another do call Mrashe bedroom. Say, Waka say Ghana for enda 4 o'clock. And to Mrashe bedroom for Munyin to Mammy. Mini ADAKABRI, mini opinion, yes, I am Ranichre. It is an another Cassie and Coshias Cavators. Na ye she call. Naso and Timian cop my Mrashe bedroom say, Mina Maka. And Timunyin to Namrashe bedroom for Ajia to Manas or Munyin to near Daso Shidia. Me, I foresee judgment debt. Judgment debt, and I accumulate yeguho. Because one more, the distance away, one more abuse, Sam Rano, and 100 meters away, and I say kilometers away from water bodies. Yakoshi she one more excavators, no. Me no, me who say it yamra. Or couldn't the end, I jia to move. The papa, young primo be say
ye winning. Because the Ghana Armed Forces are even saying, say, baby, or my clear, we know my free honor.
That is the point, he said. Yemfa, yesi, omusi patapa, Kyoto, yadidia neuro. Eya santi, ba ya yebu. Yadi, what do you, Citro and their wife. Who is Citro no why you now qua? Oboka kofani Kyoto no. That's what you say. The people who are supposed to be involved, we are not involving them. And we are fighting the thing from the top. Meanwhile, they're down. They are broad. The grounds, you know. A honor problem, no. You are not involving the people. I don't think Mebunu. Betting Yakwa national security for 32. A tio show mo. Musha forest mu. Galam say. And Mebunu. Betting me to Asha or Muso at Chiwamo. It is also who say. The power belongs to the people. The power doesn't belong to the president or the ministers. The power belongs to the people. And when you are taking a decision, now you don't involve the people at the ground now, you will fail. So if the what do you call them? The army guys they are complaining that the people are going back. They are going back because we don't have a succession plan. Say after burning the excavators, what are we doing again? Are we protecting the place? The national security people, the army people, the army. For to meet double 3 years, 10 years. Are we building camp in the areas so that the army will get closer to the environment where the harm is being caused? That is where we find ourselves now. And for me, burning of excavators is wrong. But here I was always working. Gata se wa krenyi na emi se hana wo headquarters wo. Kohwe emuafu anwia temu emuafu by now.
Na John Domelo we.
John Domelo. Oboni bra.
Nti afi won ti gota no mbiem.
Na o ti no mani ti ya na ka o ye MP ana ko da so ti.
Nti wanya MP nti won ti mbiem.
Adan. Tamu a wo kwa pe wife no. Kasa o ka kire no ni normal times o ko ni fie no. Unya ni wie no saa na tie. O so hu. Na oboni hu modin. Say mu ma mi kwan na mi nya ade no. Municipal assembly so o mo mpene. E na o mu di law ebe chichire ni kon. E na we firi ade num. E na mo maneuver mu we, e na mo abewini. E na gatas ni mu echoku. That excavator ni nya baako. Now the yen tofu e now the na juma is every day. Uncle 250 meters per mile. And I say even 20 meters a day. Up to the time when Isobek started to turn. We will not have problem with flooding in my municipality. So my fear is that people will say, oh, na wamu SCSA 500, you know, wamu chairman, wamu tonye. If you don't trust yourself, you don't flood the law. Because MPP people don't trust themselves, and they are illegal, they are doing illegal things, they should continue to flout our law. No. Una wakochi na wakoton. Emlani womundi. Dia kanu dia ne ye musi because wakochi atonti no. Dia kanu ye chi ayenhye no. Nyansa be na wom. Uka amusi wamukochi anankofo na akotu what do you call it? Omakotu control board. Nyansa bi anim. Hwe ye di be machine a car na ye di system excavators no. Na low bed no. Na ye nya machine ye di lift yard yi. Oh. Masa excavator we say. Do you know number of things we can lift on this earth? We can be able to lift these excavators to a safe place. But they are lying to us. So much to what kind of life is that? To extent of what is happening to their own women organizer. Which, because I don't support the burning, I will talk about it. Say, moi konipa no ho 3 times o. And onu su na so din pa o. Emi so ntifu ana say dey. I don't understand. Moi yakoshi first one, yakoshi second one. After omu koya ni ghettos aja boys dakra no. Moi koshi ni nyina on what basis? Nipa no su claim say baby all ya de no means you. Court to ben and ama omusa order no. Or it's because the president has asked them to do it without any shred of respect. Now, you say, she no mushinu cry environmental hazard. Because your president, who lead the sustainable development goal, a woman say, climate change is your cause to fight. You are burning excavators. A topetro no more a paya, nenamuyum, and Ukraino, it has its own hazard that we will face as a country. So where are we heading towards? The fight is not being successful. I will line with what the military has said. They are there. Me ko praho. Omu na ko praho. Ako tu omu ashi. But omu still the thing is going on. So what is happening? So it's not only the burning that will solve the problem. What is left for us is to come together and identify the relevant groups within the fight and utilize their expertise. The chiefs, the youth groups. You can, every community, you can form a youth group and empower them to be vigilant. Unim say, community watch dog, yeah. Mebunu ya, and I don't know, moiti or mosi kroma, or more protect, crime, battle. It is a uko is yono. Now, uko man mebunu sa power na. That power now, they will utilize it. This Yamini who can say 32 so-called national security people, no, they are in BNI says here. Why would they chill? And Babrukra Munto Tioma, and assume say I'm more pump ashing gun, bini AK-47, Yenubia. The people know that these people are armed to protect their water bodies. They will be up and doing. And to no mesre, Mrea Yedruno. I think say Parliament eba 25th China. Them a writer. Immediately say Parliament the issue of Galamsey no, they should look at it again. Wamu no wamu jina ya nemu. Wamu hwe mra ebe buayen. Me wamu kotra o ka say 100 kilometers mo be a mine closer to water body. What are you saying? 100 meters. If it's somebody 10 kilometers, umwa ubia.
Okay.
100 meters are that. So unim oseboat. Oseboat so unimono. 100 meters wo humra oditwa. Eni tete say. Nkron. 6.2 ne bi why less kura na 9 seconds. And oditwa. No aka tell me say why it is the political will to fight the Galamsey is not there on the part of the MPP. And now that it is clear that it is their own people that are doing it. For me, a time will come, I'll stop discussing Galamsey. All the citizens of this country, the media, civil society group, Obianfa ne ninchire na nado dankwe kufado, ni dayano, ni enkanche ni say, the fight, we have left it to you. Because you have our backing. Ye the taxpayers come out. Say, fakuwa di anumaye, uko kuwa na we feli, na ADAKABRI ni bibi. Na nado kan say, when timi am fight ya di anu first one na, odina konyo abetu hono. During that process, ye chigan of Wobia no mu ye Galamsey. If you dance a wem says Yamini Wokase. And the question me bisani say, na na do we faili ye nya ye hu say we faili no agi atum say we faili wa move from first year e second year no omo dem Ghana for now omo da prisons on what basis can you allow those people to be in jail up to now? So what you here? Reasonably, those people should be out of jail because you could not fight it, so you can't use them as a scapegoat. Everyone your stroke at that prison because wakotu galamse kwa nebusi afwo. But your party people are doing it. Your crosses, your MPs, your ministers, your DCs are involved. The public is aware. So what are you telling the people of this country? Nobody, the citizens of this country, don't have confidence in the government again, especially the leadership of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. When it comes to the issue of Galamsey, they have failed us and they should bury their head in shame and appeal to our chiefs, our community to help them to be very, very now they should help them. Information is very key. If you don't power the people to give you the information, the Galamsey will be going on. The military, the police, the BNI, they have no clue. Okay. They have no clue. But the people understand the environment better and they can help us to reduce the damage being caused to our water bodies.
Right. Chairman Bismarck Abobi of the NDC and relating to Galamsey Hunsensem and the fights against it. Na yenti sakasali asoso de ono soso ede ebeba. Oni your friend say Chairman Abobi ya adwene.
Well, I mean, definitely yenti me ya adwene. Because Obia Oka say the military have no clue. They haven't gotten any clue about no clue. But for training for such a job, no clue.
They are not trained to fight Galamsey.
You don't train but you are trained to talk about Galamsey. Yeah, but you're not trained to fight it.
They are not trained to fight.
So have you been trained to talk about Galamsey? Answer me.
I'm giving out suggestion as to how it.
So you've been trained to give out suggestions.
I am.
Okay, no problem. Talk is cheap. Number one, the fight against Galamsey and started just with Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. During the period of the NDC, they pretended to be fighting against Galamsey. They even banned excavators. Kasat is the military under your watch, under the regime of John Dramani Mahama. Mushi excavators. Enya excavator bako, enya mienu, enya miensa. Mushi excavators bebree. To the sense mushi untumidie and offer all the idea no court because it was not lawfully done. But the way baby I mokochi ne way no eshino. Now he was not doing Galamsey. Inti ushisa way na obetima fauko baby. And besides that, and yet to say the fight against Galamsey, young involved stakeholders. Far from that, okay, ADAKABRI, the first fight, time I hear power in 2017, even the media cry for me coalition against the Galamsey. They were media against Galamsey. You were the chiefs, we not supported. Your civil society will be supported, and all of them were stakeholders. And indeed, just last week in Ashanti region, the minister, only stakeholders, MT, as to how best to fight Galamsey. Or when at the Ashanti Eka say, you see, only read what is in the script. Last time, Abeka say, Omanka at the Bonivia, because Omokachen say, dear Onuanka Sachurono, you should stick to that. And one because you be an atron in speech manu. Onuanka said the opposite on cano and Otroye. He was only asked to stick to the speech. Secondly, Mama Watia say, and you say Operation Halt, and the government fight no muye Emma disassemble and the chiefs no mo so ye different thing. Ye omunyina ye di omunyina ye consult omunyina. They are all part and parcel of this fight. And aside that, ADAKABRI, you cut the fight against Galamsey. Sometimes actions are taken. It is as a result of the year in the past. And so you have to draw experience, you have to draw some lessons from. During the period of Operation Vanguard, excavators are yet SCSC tour later on accounting for the excavators no be a problem. You said the focus was rather on discussion of how excavators have vanished into thin air, other than how best to fight Galamsey in order that your water body. Because later on, you will say, even though you deploy Operation Vanguard, and even the activities of Galamstop, you will say the water body continue to be in bad state. You will say, your assassin will say there was no end in sight. You will say, your forest reserve, say, even to the sense that this time, crown, you will be cry, uncle for your ma na obimu ano. And all that. Deformities, physical deformities, as a result of chemicals. Into this time round, you can say, based on 2 million and another and based on the armed forces, because look, it's like going to war. The Omoyano, if you are in war, how do you say it in Tree? Jina kunum. Says, yes, we are at war because we are more engaged in Galamsey. Because they are using chemicals that are killing us. Almost say ye cocoa, ya sase, ye suo. There's a report that about 2025, no, ye be importing suo Chrome has say and stopping the activities of them. Until we are at war with them. And say, if you are at war with the enemy, do you go and say, enemy no me chino na miname dinako police station? That be, you maim the enemy, you destroy his weapons and those things. It is based on that sense. And almost sheshe excavators no. Because of human rights in tea. Unti can say, okochi enemy no start issue to no. But at least the weapon are all this say, you know. The weapon the enemy is using to destroy us. If we arrest such an enemy, we first of all destroy that weapon. And that weapon is the excavator. Until anybody engaged in Galamsey, no, in destroying our water bodies, no, should be regarded as an enemy of this state. The person has declared war on us. And sometimes when the NDC talk, you don't even understand. They talk from both sides of their mouths. Omo pretended to say, Omo Dogana for they support the fight against Galamsey. But the same people will turn around. Because Musi Nanado Afeli, the fight against Galamsey. They say, why hard? Why the fight as a World Cup, irrespective of whatever that anybody would do. Or say, make water body na 100 meters away from the water body, na ya chew or excavator, irrespective of whose ox is God. No? You can be the women organizer of MPP or NDC. May destroy Sadia. No? Then you turn around and say, oh, dabi.
What the story we are, would you legitimately expect the person say, Mama Partner?
And are you saying, say, we should let the party interest supersede that of the national interest? Say, because our Udo party and our Usun party in T. We are the Bonia, Etia, or mine, Yanjayo. The same people would have turned around to say, MPP 4, Operation Halt, no, Omuko, who MPP 4 excavators are, Omujaya, no, Mushi, different people. That is what they would have said. But now that we are even destroying our own people's excavators. The hypocrites have turned around again and say, oh, Osun party. Osun party into the Osun party into Yama Yensuoni say just because somebody assume MPP Yama as a nation importing Nsuo by 2025. And now your cocoa, and now your reserve, forest reserve, no. Yama destroy, because Odo MPP and I was soon MPP. No, the president says no. We are not going to do that. The armed forces of this nation, protected the integrity, the internal integrity of this country. No, I'm saying no. These people have been declared as enemy of this nation. It is instrument and our equipment now.
Enemy of the state.
No, let me tell you, even an individual, even an individual, when you say, ADAKABRI, when you say even an individual, you have the right to seize this equipment. Even an individual, let's even take it, say there is no executive approval. As an individual, you have the right. Say, Obia, go to Article 41F. You see it. Say, because look, minerals no way in the property of the state. They are just in the ground, as properties of the state. They are only being held in way vested in the way for the people. Show what you see. And therefore, if somebody is dissipating them, if somebody is illegally destroying those things, even an individual has the right to protect that. And the best way to protect it, is to destroy the instrument that is used in destroying the land and the water bodies. When people talk, say, which law I guarantee, say, Ochi excavator say, no. Go to Article 41F. You will see it. Even an individual, because
which article? Constitution.
Constitution. I mean, one article is mentioned is Constitution. Okay, read here. We'll see what is there. Are you now asking me?
No, you have to tell us what is.
But I've told everybody. You haven't heard it.
If you mention article, you've not gone ahead to say what is there.
Me Kasano there.
Issue men or come once.
Me Kasano now.
Galam say is in Article 21.
You see, they don't have to mention the word gallows. They say properties of the state. And I told you, say, the minerals now, they are properties of the state. If somebody destroy, say, assassin acquire a property of the state, the forest reserve is a property of the state. So, Obi Koseno, now destroy, now or poison you now. As even an individual, you have the right to stop them and ban those excavators. Because that is the best way to stop them. Because say Uchi.
F worker, so I know some excavators about.
No, but you see,
F worker.
No, yes, no excavators. But when you see the reason why it is, you should destroy it. No, one destroyer it will not serve as deterrent. One destroy excavator, no, the excavators will find their way back there. It will find their way completely back there.
Chairman,
for me, that's the best way. The best way is what the army forces are doing. I'll give my thumbs up to Honorable Dominic Nichu for the great work that he's doing. All praise to him.
Me Article 21 say na kami hu dia o kan.
Say o dia untimi because
dia o kan enye ho.
Me say Article 21 41F.
Article 2140.
And 21, yes, 4-1.
I say, no. I buy BBA, Japadi, and baby, and MBA, home buying. That's the 45.
41F.
You know something? Yambo home buying. By a dimrana day, a born home buying. So what you it will be quite good when I will born home buying. Now I said, yes, I said, now almost said, now will born home buying. Who boy is your new assassin who buying? Ye dimra and a day. Eye ho adwuma yesi patapap to ye di mra na ye den ewro enti adenti na wudi mra no tu nche na ufa de wo pe na wo Emra.
Yeah, Emra.
Ah, one the shares Amra.
Emra.
One the shares Amra.
Ah, say, oh, I'm Robert. Say, I'm Robert. Be kun se sia. Now kita tuo. Na unim say tuo we me say tuo na. Ontimi ye de ope no. Wa from.
One say APP wo mu.
O say tuo na. Ana obechi tuo na odi tuo no ko police station. Adi tuo no ko court. Akoka chira court say. Ma chi tuo we. Into court.
Saka,
mami ruling na me ko destroy a tuo. Is that how we do things?
Saka mu omra nimfo. But you come rasemo you talk as if say you know nothing about law. What do we call exhibit in law? When you have to proceed to court for them doing that illegal business. What is your exhibit? Usi obi edi video etio kunwa ujitio na wasa etio. Now you need to court. You court or
pictures and you
are talking about
pictures.
ADAKABRI unim. Very simple. Amemu no ye di jawa ni ye di aswa. Na mejitum say experience is very key. Ni tie MPP for no omusi o NDC abreso ye she excavators. Na me hu say omo adwene wo fom
true or false.
San say wa adwene ni fom ade obi aye. A omanmu ni nyina ka say etia enye no. Adenti na obeye. Who make example say untumi na ni mind ni kura mensi o ne ekose ne de.
That was the reason why judgment day was.
Eti adenti na wo uwo siehunu na wakwa secret jemfu ade a embensi o. Die siehunu die nyansa na wasua from the past experience. Ebensi o.
Yeah, ebensi o.
APP for nkwa na munim say ebensi o, but journalists for ne de omo so omo call ye no. Omo ehun say ebensi o. The journalists for say omo ehun say ebensi o, na MPP for say ebensi a. There is something in there. And the baby say adai okoka honorable Oforiata asem say ni kuromu kwan waye na other party ni de onye no eba social media ye nyina yetie bi no eni nti na mutata ne na it's a question o media me bisa ai ADAKABRI na nse ubeti a Nana Danko Akufo-Addo ye president o akọ European Union nkutahudie bi ma or the 170 million euros bi aba. ADAKABRI
is it a topic?
Udi o yamra nimni. Enti ya na me kan ya na me the respect amount. Uhwe ye banking act na. Eye at 930 section 9D na. Wa kanu pefe. The Bank of Ghana shall not issue license to an applicant unless the Bank of Ghana is satisfied that the paid up capital of the applicant is adequate and the original sources of capital are acceptable and do not include borrowed fund. Maybe say the Development Bank Ghana na do eba betino. Eshe Bank of Ghana asiana. Eshe Bank of Ghana asiadia. Me kai Nana Danko Akufo-Addo say according to Bank of Ghana Act no untimi nkobo busia MBBA Bank. Untimi nkobo busia MBBA Bank. Na de ye me atiti kura ni say ye gube 12 banks bi over 400 microfinance companies bi. Na ye hia 9 billion ye dia so omo asene. Ya boka 21 billion e de gu bank e wo me yimu. E ma yakọ bobusia 170 million euro about 1.2 billion Ghana cedis. Na ye press conference say ye month say man na ado say wakọ bie wakọ bobusia be bie bank. Ye bisa say ta bank no. Emfaso be ni e benya wo ho a na Exim Bank. Exim Bank a na ye wura ni wo me na ke ntimi nya. Mubaye Exim Bank mo jaye to ene mihia maami bi osi Exim Bank bua no na odua eye mango dua sa edua ba ye wo northern region yeta ton ba kono cashew emma wo mu release sika 3 tranches emma no wo di start ejuma no MPP buy one be stop payment no up to now they are not supporting them. Eti mi bisa se eye a time and I say a DNT Muba yes when you say moon so be no more asinu. More create another people are more support or more neglect of the others. Now what Jazzim bank ho? No one could create another bank I could bobusia the ababishim. Busia nenya dia 15 years old. ADAKABRI unanabi.
Asalia.
Oh, yes.
Regional communication.
All these things
almost say
are not fair. It's not fair for the ordinary Ghanaian.
Regional communicators na strike. In some issue na German above so
first of all, my main clear some misconception where chairman Bobia Ekano. Number one, Yanko Buru Sika say ye de baby bank. Sika na ye de ban because nana do cry the kan say obatampa care no. Who say you 1 billion be that hold that.
European Investment Bank. Masa, don't deceive Ghanaians.
Yeah,
ADAKABRI, you cannot allow him to be talking just like that.
Exactly.
But baby, it's a lie. You will do the kind no, honorable minister Kasa press. What are you coming to divert?
I don't get it. Because number one, 170 million euro now. Yanka say, and no, and Yedibabe, the startup winner, Bank of Ghana. It is only coming to be part of the pool of Sika. Wow. But already, Sika, about 400 million, I say, bank Biatuano. And there, besides, this is a state money. Baby, I ain't Sika no dear. So please,
200 million. And so, one.
And besides, who say we no any retail bank, any commercial bank. We we are the say investment. Or say emboa omo into a business. But you see, no, your topic. But you talk about say Ashanti region communicators BC. Well, I mean, yet, you see, oh, party no dear. Party no dear within the party, even at the time I was opposition. At least, my salaries. But allowance be from time to time be after maybe 3 months be there more allowance and even at the time cry opposition cry. And all yeah. So what you say? But you see, the point I'm making is Obi Mwaka na side way idea way. And we have done our investigation and we found out say there's nobody in the Ashanti region who is a communicator who say uncle. And it yet to say it 1 or 2 people are say direct and from say oh co station way and now co station way. Then he says masa numa ye me ko pesca. Nessa numa nonti minko we see me time ko kasa wo radio. 1 or 2 people are omu ka omadwin. It doesn't mean say omunyina agiatum and omu say omu ko strike. They are not going to go on radio. Oko Ashanti region ene. But you say all the radio stations are here political show no. Here political representation no. NPP for amokasa. I don't get it when people start saying say you hear your communicators no. This job is a sacrificial job. A party na and to the extent say me baha all the time. I don't get anything from it. But it is part of the work of the party. So just here. If by that no ABR after 2-3 months be na party no see my MP kakra communicators as steppings be for Mulore fair Modiko stations no way. There is added bonus I say obi happy about. But to think say the party will be paying you regularly like obi a man employment man no employment letter ne sa no. I think say, but you, I'm also a communicator, and indeed I can tell you say there are few communicators are more radio more than me, and I've started this job from 2009, and I've not stopped up to date. I'm telling you, if people will complain, I should be one of the people that should be complaining. But it tells you, say, some people don't even understand the reason why they are doing that. They are doing it. It is not a job.
And you would admit to say, oh, since 2009, I could radio, so yeah, no. Obi.
I say I could radio. Me start to say me a communicator, but now me already. But me I go on say me a radio presenter.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. But Obi so enye den, enye bibisa enso no. Be a party by ya hwene no. What do you make of that?
Yeah, and party there you say. I mean, political party there is unfair. The way political party is structured, because utimi me ankasa utimi say obi wo institution bia unim say nipa we kra time aye campaign na wo he. But who call the office kra no kra na bisa say masa ofri hifa. The party may the face of the party no ankasa that person as chief executive who even in some cases they ask you to book appointment before seeing them. Say what you say. It is unfair, but that is how political party is structured. Because obi wo ha ebia or godfather who ni bi. Say what you say. Obi wo ha or obi a or introducing the man.
But sir, omo strike, does it affect the image of the party in any way?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it will affect the image of the party. So we see, cost strike. Yeah, it will affect. For that one, it will affect the image of.
But when in fact you are doing more roads as announced by road
exactly.
Minister.
I mean, if you're the road minister here, interchanges are yes,
25 of them.
Yeah, I mean they are 25. Yes, certain with 9. By the close of 2024, yeah, about 20 more.
And I say, Pukias is someone from scratch.
Yes, Pokwasi interchange. Yes, we see the Pokwasi interchange. Okay, say even the vice president. Yeah, town hall meeting. This question came. He explained. Say bano na in this for already anyes kanu atoho. But now it was only about Sikanu. It's not as if say they had but even that one, not the structure and the design was such that they were going to do 3-tier interchange. But you renegotiate here. And I didn't call 4-tier with certain structures. And also echo count. Now with the same
point amount. Is no more for some more from.
That be I know they say the road minister can say yes, started from scratch. I know correct. But just that, the canon and NDC for an engineer to her. Just like the Eurodigit project for a person cannot to her. To say NDC for say Ga East Hospital. Meanwhile, it was part of the Eurodigit project. Oko the wa regional hospital. Oko in Soko. All these things.
But what do you make of it?
Nobody can.
Madawasi. It's a palpable force.
What is palpable force?
Nukre ba kukre need the minister. Sometimes you know mo yadia. Omo fi say
Ghana card there nukre na nti.
Ya bon and say ya adwene no e wo fam. Share even including Obechebi circle.
Obechebi na ka
Obechebi circle. Sika da ho ye the so abofom. Contractor awarded. And san omo take over but na do buy no san the so ko abofom. The same thing applies to Madam Pokwase. Now minister ni jina ho then he was bold. Now chantro na wani edinsa sana area city. Sika John Dramani Mahama edi so bo. Work began. Omu baye the omu beye ye and he say omu di another layer be kan na enu kura no na hu hia but some what do I say? Ahumasu adiyo. Obi ye kwan. Pokwasi for benya market. Pokwasi for benya clinic. Uba ye, usi clinic in a here. Market in a here. It would be to aquine so. So be it. Usi a month and mount. John Dramani Mama, Quayo ye yina, a quaya a muye do, Asikano muye duno, hospital. Any schools account, you can attest to Kaswadi. I had your sanity here. Until Pokwasi Fuono, they don't deserve to have a decent market. They don't deserve to have a decent polyclinic looking at the population over there. All these things, you are throwing dust in the eyes of Ghanaians. Say, yeah, 20-something yebehe. Munkanu kure kakra. Oma we nyina ne chichiri. Ko Africa Development Bank on website. No who tamu ye sika ni tamu John Dramani Mahama ekati so. Na uka say na ye dey. Munya intro no emwa
What kind of final word?
Me final word honor Mr. Adaka.
Final word Papa Bof.
And he say mesre say o mind ye chichiri. Yemfa nukure die embu o me. So odi nukure ma o mind na it is said the odi nukure ama yen timemufo no. By one yan is na ukojina baby na unshe meburu ni nkuran. This country, many people, laid their life and brought us up to where we are now as a country. So mudi sa da any idea no eba. You don't talk as if you have the power. But the power belongs to the people. They gave you the power. So when you are talking and you think everybody is dumb, no. You have to give Ghanaians respect. Okay. And I regret
being in NDC.
Seeing the honorable minister repeating those lies.
Okay,
God comments. Okay, anyway. Final comment and I say when it comes to road infrastructure, my NDC for Kasakra. The history of NDC ni rules. Any MPP ni rules. Obianim. JJ Kufoye Okromha. The road infrastructure as at the time Kufoye take you over. Now a 35,000 kilometers. Kufoye at the free 35,000 kilometers. It could do 69,000 kilometers. Kufoye alone.
You are a big liar.
NDC. Professor Mills,
President
Professor Mills,
the last state of the nation.
Professor Mills, any John Dramani Mahama, Eddie free
69,000
to 74,000
kilometers of board. And said they don't learn. They don't study.
Okay, I'm saying, say,
the last state of the nation.
By the time I don't 8 years, the road. And yet covered crack by now. Kasano hydro projects are ye kayade back from her. The year of rose. By now,
okay, right. Young President Fama Isaka Salia of the MPP, Bismarck Abobi Aite of the NDC. Na Ugusuti NIT 100.9 FM Sabre. Ibeko Fiena Yekon Ulako Michael and Odieko. From me ADAKABRI Mahmudu Usiuma. I remember you my dinner at Bremo. Penny could you damn up in the Messiah. It is good to NIT 100.9 FM.